259, James Bubba Stewart on the outside.
All right, I got a what?
Oh my goodness.
I got anything I've ever seen.
He had a talent that maybe not everybody had, and that he was using this to gain a big advantage against the competition as far as his improving his lap times.
I think people was taken back. They didn't know what to think. Their reactions were like clueless, and then over time they start realizing, wait, this is unique, and from that point forward it changed the sport forever.
And here comes 259, James Bubba Stewart on the outside. David, this kid is unbelievable.
I mean, he was dominant in the sport, and more dominant than perhaps anybody, and way ahead of his time.
Winner from last to first, James Bubba Stewart.
James Stewart has pure talent. He's probably one of the fastest guys ever on a motorcycle.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy El Puppy Jr. and I know what you guys are thinking already, bro. You guys are probably already in the comments talking about how is James Stewart better than RC if RC outright beat him more times than James Stewart did, or RC simply has better overall career stats than James Stewart. Now slow your roll there, partner. Before you comment that, let me provide further evidence to prove my case.
But the first year I was on that two-stroke, and he was on that 450, and that wasn't all about like speed. Like I didn't have the talent to beat him. I didn't have a motorcycle.
If you know anything about racing dirt bikes, you know that a 252 stroke versus a 450 factory bike is a literal night and day difference. So James Stewart trying to beat Ricky Carmichael on a 252 stroke is like trying to fight Muhammad Ali with one hand tied behind your back.
It's like he's just pulling the trigger on something that you don't really want to do, but it's like, well, here's the deal. You do it or you get second.
Is he would do it and make it look so easy.
And then the following year, I beat him the first race. I was winning the second race and got knocked out, cross jumped at high point. And then bike blew up the next race. So it was just always something like spiraling, like just things like that.
Big, it was a quad. And I'm like, I don't see that on the racetrack. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I'm doing it, I'm like,
yeah, you see triple single.
That's
what I see.
I see triple single, and then he's just like goes four. And
honestly, I never really felt like I had a shot. Like never actually raced Ricky outdoors.
Okay, now that I put all of that on your plate, I know what you guys are thinking. Ricky Carmichael, he had 2 perfect seasons. Ricky Carmichael, he lapped the entire field. Now understand that the evolution of a sport, man, the sport only gets better and better as time goes. So it becomes harder and harder to do things like Ricky Carmichael did. For instance, my boy Bill Russell literally has 11 championships, right? He's literally won 11 championships. But nobody considers Bill Russell to be the GOAT because Michael Jordan is obviously better than Bill Russell. I feel like this is the exact same situation where Ricky Carmichael, he has more credentials than James Stewart, but it's just like James Stewart, bro, you could just tell like just by watching him, you know, like I watch both of these dudes with my own 2 eyes in person, bro. And I strongly believe that James Stewart is faster than Ricky Carmichael. Now, say for instance, if we had a time machine right now, and we could go back and get all of the best motocross racers of all time in their prime and bring them into one moto, you think that Ricky Carmichael will win that race? Because me personally, I don't think so. I think your podium will consist of James Stewart, Eli Tomac, and then Ricky Carmichael third. And yeah, I might have a biased opinion because I am African American and James Stewart is like one of the only African American pro racers to win a 450 class championship. But according to this poll I made on my YouTube channel, I am not the only person that thinks James Stewart will come first overall. As you can see, 60% of the people that voted for James Stewart. Now I know it's only 100 votes, but 60% is a large margin. I guess I'm making this video because I am genuinely confused. Because on one hand you have James Stewart, who everybody calls the fastest man alive, and on the other you have Ricky Carmichael, who everybody calls the GOAT. The whole purpose of racing is to be faster than your opponent. So if you have somebody that is considered to be the fastest man alive, doesn't that make that person the greatest at that sport? And then on the other hand, if you have somebody that's considered the GOAT, doesn't that make that person the fastest man alive? It's genuinely confusing to me, bro. Now, this next part of the video is meant for mature audiences only. So if you don't fall under that category, let me know in the comments right now, who do you think is the best rider of all time? And then click out of the video.
James this a lot as well. Dude, I fucking straight up saw dude spit on Big James.
Now, a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but James Stewart is kind of like the Jackie Robinson of pro motocross, bro. When he first came into the sport, I'm telling you, people did not accept him the way you guys think he is. Like, people did not view him the way they view him now, bro. He is kind of like a hero now, but back in the day, everybody hated him. I know for a fact, I've seen it with my own two eyes. As a little boy, I used to go to every supercross race every year. And bro, this dude was hated on. I'm talking about every time he would come out of a tunnel, they would literally boo him, throw things at him, call him the N-word, and just be so mean to this dude, and he didn't do nothing wrong. Some people make the argument that he was a dirty racer. Man, that is bull, bro. Justin Barcia is a dirty racer, so Justin Barcia should deserve the same exact hate that y'all gave James Stewart back in the day. And I was attending Oakland, California Supercross, bro, a very well African-American populated city. And it was just like I was in a totally different environment the moment I stepped in the arena, bro. It's like those people did not care where we were at, nothing, bro. They would just scream all types of racist insults anytime that James Stewart did anything. So yeah, man, I know a lot of people are gonna say I'm reaching and I'm crazy, but bro, I feel like a lot of people don't consider James Stewart to be the GOAT is because he's a black man, and they don't want a black man to be the greatest of all time in a sport that they love. You know, it's just my personal opinion. At the end of the day, I am a huge fan of Ricky Carmichael. I love watching his old highlights, him lap the entire field. I am a huge fan of him, and I used to love watching him battle with James Stewart. Chad Reed, on the other hand, I didn't like so much, but yeah, man, this is just my personal opinion at the end of the day. If you think I'm reaching, let me know in the comments below. If you agree with me, also let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like the video or dislike the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram at L_Puppy Jr. And I'm out, bruh.
And James Stewart is without question the best in the business.
In 2009 or 2008, I would smoke his ass.